This episode of Sportish is brought to you by AusTriathlon.
Hello and welcome to Sportish, where we look at life through the lens of sport. My name's Georgie Trickett.
And I am Libby Trickett.
I am so deep in the Winter Olympics.
Are you like 6 foot deep? Is that...
Yeah, good one. Yeah, that's
Snowfall,
slight snow reference.
kind of.
It's actually crazy there at the moment, the amount of snow.
Gosh.
There was some footage that came out that I was like, no, don't go outside.
Well, yeah. I don't understand those kinds of conditions as a former swimmer. I'm like, give me lanes, perfect temperature. If it's under 27 degrees, I'm not hopping in.
The conditions are wildly different. So today, Lib, we're going to have an agenda.
We're being organised.
I'm calling a meeting and here will be the points that we discuss today. I don't know about you, but I'd love to talk about expectations.
Yes.
And what happens when you're a Scotty James, when you're a Jakara Anthony and you don't meet your expectations, and what your response is and what our response to that should be.
Sports psychology at its finest.
We're also going to talk about a new program that AusTriathlon have brought out that's all about helping the sporties, people like you and I, reconnect or connect for the first time with triathlon. And I know everyone's busy watching the Winter Olympics, and that's great, and you should be. But if you have a moment, I have an absolutely exceptional documentary for you to watch.
Sounds amazing. By the time this episode comes out, it's still, half a week to go.
Yes.
Of the Winter Olympics. And it's already our most successful.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Like the moguls are on another planet.
Dual moguls is something I didn't know I needed in my life. It is the greatest thing to watch in terms of a live format on TV, yelling at the TV. We were captivated. I think the jeopardy of it all, they're not just like skiing down a mountain and seeing how fast they'll get to the bottom. It's this real, you've got to ski fast, but there's someone in the lane next door to you, and are they going to stack it while they're going down? And then if they stack it, can you still hold it together?
But what was wild to me is that you can win, in inverted commas, the race, like to get down the mountain the fastest.
But not win.
I
know. How did you process that?
I couldn't. My poor tiny little brain was like, what? She won.
So for you to be like, here's the 50 metres freestyle, but you didn't win because actually we looked at your technique.
Your technique
and
wasn't
that arm was not high enough.
Yeah, your elbow was like not doing the thing.
Right? Crazy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the performances of the weekend that didn't go the way the athletes wanted and maybe Australia wanted. So Scotty James competed in the half pipe. He was tipped to win that event. He was in exceptional form going in, and he'd really put it out there. He was like, this is the medal I'm missing in my set. Similarly, Jakara Anthony had gone into this event keen to pick up another gold medal in the moguls, and she was on form. She had delivered time and time again in the World Cup series that happened in the lead up to this event. And despite them both coming in as such hot favourites, when it came to it on the day, Jakara just caught an edge. It was so unlucky. And in moguls, it's one run and done.
Yeah.
If you catch an edge and you ski out, you're done. And that was the end of her campaign in that event over. And for Scotty, 2 falls in the pipe, essentially almost running out of pipe for his final trick and just not being able to land it just at the end. I found it so interesting to watch them process that heartbreak. And for me, the first thing that they said, or one of the first reactions they had to it, was, I'm so sorry that I've let everybody down. And all I could do is scream at the TV and say, you haven't let anybody down. You just won a silver medal, or you've just competed in a mogul final. That's incredible. Most people can't even, clip on a snowboard or don't even know what moguls are. You don't owe me an apology at all. And it's so interesting to me that that's one of their first and quite visceral responses to the situation they find themselves in.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who would do an ACL just clipping into a snowboard or a pair of skis.
I'd love to see this.
it's insane what these athletes put their bodies through. It's been so fascinating for me personally. I always I feel it every time an Olympics or a Paralympics comes around, because there are always these moments that are magical, you know? So Jakara Anthony in the dual moguls having this incredible disappointment to win gold in this new event. Like the strength and the grit and the determination and her focus, that's the stuff of magic, right? That's what we live for, to watch these events. But equally, there are the moments like Scotty James, who has come in as the favourite, who has qualified in each round as the top qualifier, and then to fall at that final hurdle when he has many times over put himself out there. You know, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about his documentary where he was literally articulating what his goal was, which is to win gold at this event. And it's always so fascinating to me because you have this experience where, of course, we're so proud of them. And equally, as someone who has put themselves completely out on the line and come up short by 0.04 of a second in, you know, which is what happened to me in 2008 with the 100 meters freestyle, anything could have gone differently. And yet that is it, like you immediately feel like you've let everyone down. Like it's not just you who's put in hours and hours and hours of work. There are other people, you know, your coach, your sports psych, your nutritionist, massage therapist, physiotherapist. There are teams around you who have been thinking, dreaming, working with you for this moment as well. You know, not to mention family, friends, loved ones. And it's a massive sacrifice. You have to be incredibly selfish to get to these levels of competition and to perform at the highest level. And unless you're a complete asshole, I think you realize that. You realize how much sacrifice, not just for yourself, but for those around you as well. And so, yeah, it's totally a natural feeling, I think, to feel like you've let people down. There's been a few comments, less so from Jakara, but definitely from Scotty James, where it's like he allows himself to sort of say that he's sad and, you know, he's had tears and all of those things, but then almost like reflexively he's like, oh, chin up your sook and just get on with it and put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
And I worry about that only because it is totally natural and totally understandable that that is like an absolute gut punch to have done everything you possibly can and just fallen at that final hurdle. And
so do you think they're almost not expressing their true disappointment?
yeah. And also everyone's being so nice, like, and that's a good thing.
Because you're like, would you like us to be assholes?
No, don't be assholes. Please don't be dickheads. But like everyone's like, oh, but we're so proud of you and silver is amazing and everything is wonderful and you're not so great.
We're not acknowledging their feelings.
Allowing for that loss and allowing for that grief and sadness and frustration and anger and disappointment. Like,
I mean, sometimes you just need to be the guy who, I think it was 2 days ago, came down the mountain, hit a gate, his campaign is over and he literally unclipped all his gear, threw it away and then stormed across the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Like falling over, just raging through this devastation.
Yeah.
Like Coco Gauff, who smashed her racket.
Correct.
In, you know, the bowels of the stadium in what she thought was a private moment. You're saying we actually should expect that of athletes.
well, yes, to an extent.
Or we should allow it.
We should allow it. We should give them space, you know, because how many times, you know, people labeled brats because of the way that they behave.
Okay, so I have an example of this from the moguls where Cooper Woods won the gold and he dethroned the king of moguls. And that guy, as he was walking off to, you know, be marshalled for the podium, literally threw his skis away. And I was like, mate, you win some, you lose some. I get that it's an Olympics, but also, you know, that's not really respectful of Cooper in this moment.
Yeah.
So where's the line?
Exactly. Where is the line? I don't think that's appropriate behaviour, just to be very clear.
You're not throwing goggles?
I'm not
Cats?
throwing goggles or, you know, spitting in people's lanes or anything like that used to happen back in the day.
Yuck. Are you joking?
No, that is absolutely stuff that happened to like psych people out.
Oh, that is foul.
Disgusting. Totally agree.
Rots.
Like unsportsmanlike behavior, we don't need it.
Right.
Don't want to.
Okay, so we're not condoning that.
We're not condoning that.
Okay.
And, you know, as best as I could, tried to control myself, but I cried on the medal ceremony for the 100 meters freestyle.
Did you? I don't remember this.
Yeah, like.
They weren't tears of joy?
No, they were not. And, you know, I was very conscious that I didn't want to take away from Britta's moment.
Yes.
She deserved that gold medal. She touched the wall first. She did everything right. And I was sad for me. And like what's really, I don't know that people recognize, and this will sound totally ridiculous to a lot of people, but I am 18 years post that moment and I can still feel the wind get sucked out of my lungs, like when things bring it back.
And you're there.
I'm there and I'm just in that just crushing disappointment. And I'm 18 years down the line, you know, like I have 5 children. I have things going on, but I can feel just that absolute punch to the gut of disappointment.
Do you think this is how the quad god is feeling at this moment?
I worry. This is the difficulty. I get so in my emotions because I'm so worried about these athletes who have had these opportunities and through whatever, whether it's, you know, again, in inverted commas, choking or just environmental situations or whatever it is, something just goes wrong and it doesn't come off for them.
We should explain who the quad god is.
Yes. The quad god he's an American ice skater. He's been winning everything. He's like the only person who can do 2 quad axle thrust jump.
Ilya Malinin, who is, again, went in the favourite, was doing…
like by far the favourite.
If you have been on social media, we're sure you have because hello 2026, but he's the guy who's been doing flips.
Yes.
That don't get any points but get amazing…
Just for razzle-dazzle.
Kudos from everybody. So he's that guy and he completely…
He fell twice.
In his gold medal, you know, what should have been his gold medal performance. It was really interesting. I saw a clip from David Epstein, who is the author of Range. He's a science journalist. He writes incredible books that bring together theories that sit across not just science, there's sport, there's psychology, and bring them all together and weave them really nicely. And what he said is there's great research around what happens when you choke and things that you've programmed into the back of your head to just happen, which is what you athletes do. You sit there and you do that 100-meter freestyle race or you do the free skate or, you know, the moguls or this half pipe and you know how to do it without thinking about it. But what happens is the front part of your brain takes over and it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be working in that moment. But because you're stressed and fearful, this front part of your brain takes over and all of a sudden you're trying to do the doing.
Yeah.
And that's where these athletes come undone. And obviously you would have all done heaps of sports psychology to stop that process from happening.
Yeah.
But we're all human.
Yeah. But this is exactly right. That's why I find the psychology of sports and elite athletes just so interesting because no matter what, no matter who you are, that can happen.
Yes.
To anyone at any time.
Yes, and it's not just in sport.
No, but this is what's so fascinating is like Winter Olympians I think are on another planet because
could die
at any moment. However, like elite athletes are not special.
You are.
No, we're not.
I'm not just telling you to be nice.
Thank you.
We're not all…
I do need a bit of an ego stroke at the moment, so thank you. But no, I think we're not that particularly extraordinary.
I think what it does…
You've just trained yourself. You've trained your mind. You've trained your body. You're passionate. You love what you do. Obviously, you work really hard at it. You do it consistently over and over and over again. And yes, of course, a little bit of talent needs to come into it. But that's kind of it.
What you and what they are is an example to us mere mortals. It's like you highlight what we all experience in everyday life. It's this, we put this spotlight on these athletes and it shows us like the full range of human experience and human emotion.
Yeah.
It's just in a sports setting.
Yeah. But that's it. Life through the lens of sport,
Oh my
Georgie.
God, maybe this should be a tagline.
So good.
Lib, I'm not across every sport you've ever participated in. Have you ever done a triathlon?
I have actually.
Have you?
Not very fast.
Well,
I always get out of the water first.
Yeah,
Get slowly overtaken by literally everybody. But yes, I have participated in, I think, 2 triathlons.
oh, you're a triathlete.
Well, thank you.
You've done multiple. So I think if I cast my mind back, I feel like I've done a couple of, I think they used to be called BRW triathlons. They were like mini
The business ones where you get
corporate
together.
like with workplaces.
Yeah.
You would go and
I've
do
done
that.
a couple of sprint triathlons as well. They're really
goodness.
fun. Yeah. They're super fun.
This is a deep back catalogue of triathloning
I know.
that you have.
It's good. It's good fun. But we like to talk about those kinds of sports. I think not just because, I mean, we're excellent at triathlons in Australia.
Yeah, massively. Yeah.
Particularly Emma's in Australia.
Emma's have really dominated the triathlon
In
space.
Specifically.
Matthew Hauser is currently #1 worldwide and has been doing exciting, exceptional stuff in that space. I know that name's come to mind, but previously Emma's have been
So many Emmas.
at the front of this
At least 3,
sport.
I think. But what I love about triathlon is it's that real mix of elite sport but community settings
Yes.
then as well, and those kinds of weekend-long
Yeah.
community events. I bloody love it.
You go to these events and you've got to set up your gear and you meet people and you connect with people, and it's the sort of thing where you get friends together to put together a relay team. And, you know, you've got your runner and you've got your swimmer. Now, this is all coming back to me. I think I've done a few more of these than I realised, but just as a player in a relay, that was probably the most accessible way for me to get into triathlon because bike is sort of a beast I'm not really across.
Oh, I get scared of the bike.
Do you? Interesting. Why do you get scared? Because of the speeds?
Yeah, and just the falling off.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah. But I'm not good at running either.
And yet you do it.
And yet I do it.
And they
I
are
love
2 parts of the 3
2 parts of the 3. My only bugbear with triathlons is swimming is not the right distance.
And look, we have raised this with AusTriathlon. You would have heard we are working with them for this episode because we really wanted to talk about a new, I guess, product that they've brought out. And it's a new way for the sporties and for people in the community to connect with triathlon because we know, because we run the Sportish Swim Club, because we're out there doing the things, we know that it can be really hard to get back into sport, and sometimes you don't know where the front door is.
Yes.
And sometimes you just need someone to say, hey, I can help you. So what AusTriathlon have done is they've got this new program called the Starting Line. You just go onto their website and you can find it. And it sort of can send you in 3 different directions. You can either go and do an at-home online program. So, Libby, you're a bit of an introvert. That would
Sounds great
possibly
to me.
appeal to you. You don't have to talk to anybody.
Love it.
You don't have to speak to, you're not accountable. It's just to yourself. It's an 8-week program. This is all like super accessible, easy stuff. They also have a finder so that you can find little groups. This would be where I would like to play. I love a group. I'm a big group exercise person. It just means I commit and I turn up. So you can go on there, find a group who might be in your area. They might have a swimming section. They might have, a running group. They might do all parts of it. People that you can work with if you wanted to try. And then the third part is if you're someone who'd like to be part of a relay but you don't know anybody else, you can't talk your friends into it, there's a way to connect with other people. And that to me is really cool.
I don't know about you, George, but again, we are of an age where we are having to reassess our relationship with exercise, I think, because, post babies,
So many babies.
perimenopause, aging,
Yeah.
I've had a few health things recently that has really made me have to stop and reassess what I can do and how I'm going to do it. And I think sometimes, I don't know whether it's the nature of society, but we keep going longer and longer and longer. And so there's the Olympic length triathlon.
Oh, yes.
But then there's half Ironman and Ironman, and we're doing more and more and more. Ultra. And it's like, why does that have to be the thing?
Why does it have to be the only thing?
Well, and why is that what we're striving for?
And who has time?
When we are all so incredibly busy, and we just, you know, this is why we started the Sportish Swim Club. Like, we want connection. We want to move our bodies. We want to feel good doing it. We don't necessarily want to be the best or anything, but we can go and enjoy a community event. We can, you know, move our bodies with, you know, that fun and get to know it on a different level while learning new skills. And like, that's why I bloody love these kinds of programs that are really starting to come in now, because it's inclusive and it's not off-putting to people who are like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Here's where you start.
Yeah, and I think to show people, here are some of the events you can do, and you don't have to be an ultra Ironman. You just don't.
You don't have to train a full-time athletic load on top of working full-time and having a family.
No, but you can connect with others. You can work out how to set up your bike. You can find a swim club like the Sportish Swim Club and just come along and start reconnecting with sport where you might be ready.
Wherever you're at. We have to acknowledge that our bodies are aging, and we have to acknowledge that they're slightly different to what, you know, maybe we thought where we were going to be at this age. And like, let's go and explore what it's capable of in its current form.
I love that. Have a look at it. It's like the version of running that was couch to fight.
Yes.
That's what this is. This is for the people to get out there and connect with a sport that you don't have to just watch on TV. You can actually be a part of. I have a recommendation.
Oh, yay! Bringing back recommendations.
Somehow, Libby, through all the sport, I have managed to watch the start of a documentary.
Bridgerton.
Oh, God, it's so good.
If only that was a documentary.
How lucky we are to have Bridgerton.
So
it's
good.
just been amazing. There is Bridgerton.
Yes.
And then I had a message from one of our friends the other day saying, have you watched Glitter and Gold? And I just thought, what is... I just wrote back and said, look, I'm a bit deep in the Winter Olympics at the moment. And she was like, it's about ice dancing. And I sort of said, tell me everything.
I need to know all of the things.
She's like, it's amazing. You have to watch it. And me being, I don't know why I do this. I take a few days to process it. I don't immediately go like change the channel. And there's been a lot of sport to watch. But there was one night where there weren't many Aussies, or there weren't any Aussies competing. And I thought, right, I'm going to sit down and watch this first episode. I am now trying to look at my week to figure out how I can watch the next 2 episodes of this. It follows what's happened in the ice dance world, and I'm not sure if you're across it, so please.
No, but I want to know. I want to be across it.
So at the end of the last Olympics, the podium essentially all retired from ice dance.
Oh, it's like a changing of the guard.
There's a changing of the guard. And so the clever people who make documentaries looked at it and thought this is a great opportunity to jump in and tell a story. And they were 100% right. So out of that, the next 3 have risen, but not necessarily the 3 that people had anticipated. You have an American team, you have a Canadian team, and you have a French team.
Ooh.
And the best part of this, Lisbeth Trickett, is that they are the 3 teams that ended up in the finals at the current Winter Olympics. It's like they knew.
So good.
They do all the things that you want to know immediately. When you see the first couple, you're like, are they a couple?
Because that's the best meme that I've seen going around is like, with the ice dancing, I need to know if they're siblings. I need to know if they're a couple. I need to know if they're divorced.
Are they exes? Is there an arc here? Will they become a couple?
Who is dating who?
I need to know all this information. And like the first couple, I was like, what is this? Who are you? Wow. They go through all of it.
Amazing.
It's like high quality reality TV.
Yes. All the things that we love.
The Canadians are quirky. I love that. That's so on brand for Canada. They are just a very eclectic mix, and that's interesting in of
What are you
itself.
talking about, eh?
And then the French are controversial.
Ooh, la la.
He is one of the skaters who retired.
Ah, but he came back with another person.
How does that work?
Georgie.
And then
Did he dump?
I don't know. I haven't got to that part yet, so I've got to get in there. This is why I need to now leave the studio and go home and watch the rest of it. And the partner that he is now partnered with, her previous partner has essentially been cancelled out of the sport because of allegations that came up, which have now been found to be not true.
Mind blowing.
It's so good. And it's so easy because they're like 45-minute episodes.
Love that.
You'll race through it. I'm about to race through it. And then you can go back and find the mini of the ice dancing and watch it with completely fresh eyes.
That's my weekend sorted. Thank you.
Done. I mean, until Bridgerton gets out, this is what you need to watch. You are welcome. You will love it.
I'm
is
into
the
it.
best TV. It's such a good documentary. I rate it.
Yes.
You can find it on Netflix. It's called Glitter and Gold.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Sportish. We have an exciting, really exciting episode next week.
Yes, we are kicking off something new and different for the next couple of months. You're going to hear from just some awesome humans.
Other than us, obviously.
Goes without saying. But you're going to hear from some of Australia's most known about their relationship with sport. It's something that Libby and I and a team of wonderful people have been working on for a little while now, and we just need it to be out in the world.
Yes.
We're so excited.
We're so excited. If you have kids in sport, if you're thinking about sports participation, if you're talking about all different variables of sport and how we connect to it, this season of Sportish will be for you.
We can't wait to share it with you. Make sure you've hit follow. Make sure you're following us on Instagram.
At Being Sportish. Get on the YouTubes.
Oh, yeah, we're everywhere. We're a lot.
We're so much, and there's just going to be even more.
Jump in, guys. You're going to love it.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
This episode of Sportish is brought to you by AusTriathlon.
We would like to acknowledge and give thanks to the traditional owners of the land we record this podcast on, the Jakara and Turrbal people,
and their continued connection to the land and waterways on which we meet.